Close your eyes. The squeak of a revolving door, the scent of polished marble mixing with ladies' perfume, the whisper of tissue paper wrapping your mother's careful purchase. That's the Italian department store on a Saturday afternoon. In this video, we're going back to the 1960s and 70s, to the grand stores that stood like palaces in the heart of every Italian city, 8 department stores that vanished, taking with them a piece of Italian elegance. Let's remember together. You walk through those heavy glass doors and suddenly you're somewhere special. La Rinascente in Milan, 1968. Your mother holds your hand tighter as you step onto that polished floor and the cool air hits your face. Everything smells expensive, not just perfume, but something else. Newness, possibility. The elevators have operators in uniforms who say buongiorno like they mean it. Your mother has saved for 3 months for this visit. She's wearing her good coat, the one she presses the night before. She doesn't come here to browse. She comes here to buy something that will last. A winter coat for you, a set of towels for the house, things that matter. And you're 7 years old and you think this is what America must look like, this abundance, these floors that go up and up. For the diaspora who left, La Rinascente wasn't just a store. It was the place your mother took you before you boarded that ship to Argentina. She bought you new clothes because she wanted you to arrive looking proper, presentable, Italian. You can still feel the stiffness of that new collar against your neck. The store represented everything about the Italy you were leaving behind. Quality, pride, beauty. And when you learned years later that La Rinascente changed, became something different, lost that magic, it felt like losing Italy all over again. If these memories are bringing back your Italy, subscribe so we can remember together. Now, let's continue. UPIM. 4 letters that meant Saturday mornings with Nonna. She pronounces it UPIM, with that emphasis that makes it sound important. It's 1972 and UPIM is where normal families shop. Not fancy like La Rinascente, but respectable. Clean. Fair prices. You walk down Via Nazionale holding your grandmother's shopping bag, the one made of woven plastic that folds flat when it's empty. The store's orange logo glows like a promise. Inside, everything is organized by color. Towels in one section, all folded the same way. Kitchen items in another. Your grandmother touches everything before she buys it. She squeezes the fabric between her fingers. She checks the stitching. She compares prices written on little cardboard tags. Buona qualità, she mutters, nodding. Good quality. There's a whole section of buttons and thread and elastic. Women stand there for 20 minutes choosing the right zipper. Because in 1972, you don't throw things away, you repair them. UPIM sold what you needed to keep your life together. For those who emigrated to Australia or Canada, UPIM represents something deeper than shopping. It represents the Italian way of being careful with money, but never cheap. Choosing quality you could afford. Your mother in Melbourne still folds towels the exact way UPIM displayed them, still organizes her drawers by color. She doesn't know why, it's just how things are done. When UPIM stores started closing in the 2000s, she felt it across the ocean. Another thread cut. Standa. The name itself sounds like the 1970s, like yellow and orange sunbursts on everything, like linoleum floors and fluorescent lights. It's 1975, and Standa is modern. Your mother calls it the supermarket with everything, except it's not really a supermarket. It's bigger, bolder. The first floor has food, but upstairs there's clothing, housewares, even toys. On Thursday evenings, Standa stays open late, and your father stops there after work. He comes home with a plastic bag with the red Standa logo printed on it. Inside, maybe a package of Pavazzini biscuits, maybe a jar of Nutella, which still feels like a luxury. Maybe, if it's your birthday week, a toy car or a doll with blonde hair and eyes that close when you lay her down. Standa smells like cardboard and plastic, and that specific scent of new things in packaging. The employees wear brown smocks with name tags. They're not warm like the shopkeepers in the small stores, but they're efficient, quick. This is progress, your parents say, one stop for everything. For Italian families who move to New York or New Jersey, Standa represents the Italy that was starting to change. The Italy that was becoming more American, more convenient, less personal. When you visit Italy now and mention Standa, younger Italians look confused. But people your age, they smile. They remember. They remember when their whole family could spend an hour wandering those aisles, feeling modern and prosperous. The Italy that believed in the future. GranBazar. The name promises exactly what it delivers. GranBazar. Abundance piled high. It's 1969, and you're in Bari, in Palermo, in Naples. GranBazar is where southern Italy shops. Not elegant like the northern stores, but alive, bustling, real. You walk in, and it's warm from all the bodies, all the touching and choosing and debating. Mothers with 3 children in tow, grandmothers with their arms linked, men looking uncomfortable in the housewares section. Everything costs a little less here. Not cheap, but reachable. A working family can walk out with new school shoes for the children and a set of plates and still have money for coffee at the bar next door. The store's aisles are narrower than the fancy stores up north. Things are stacked higher, packed tighter. You have to ask for help to reach the towels on the top shelf. And the woman who helps you, she knows your aunt. She asks about your cousin's wedding. This isn't just shopping, it's community. For the diaspora who left from southern Italian ports, who sailed from Naples or Palermo to Buenos Aires or New York, GranBazar holds a specific memory. It's where your mother bought the suitcase you packed your life into. A simple brown case with metal corners and a lock that never worked quite right. That suitcase traveled across an ocean, and inside it were clothes from GranBazar. Practical clothes, durable clothes, clothes for a new life. When GranBazar disappeared from southern Italian cities, it took with it that particular energy. That democratic abundance, that feeling that even without much money you could still buy new things, good things, Italian things. Take a moment, close your eyes again. Can you hear it? The rustle of shopping bags, the voices of women debating which item is better value, the sound of the cash register, that mechanical ding. Can you smell it? New fabric, cardboard, the leather goods section. That's the Italy we're remembering today. The Italy that lives in our hearts. Let's continue. Coin. Such a strange name for an Italian store, but it made sense in the 1960s. Modern, international, forward-thinking. Coin stores appeared in Venetian cities first, then spread. Your aunt in Padova calls it chic, but not pretentious. It's 1971, and you're visiting relatives in Veneto. Your aunt takes you to Coin because she wants you to see it. She's proud of this store in her city. 4 floors of carefully curated merchandise. Not everything like Standa, not palace fancy like La Rinascente. Something in between. Coin has a cosmetics section that smells like Parisian perfume counters. Women in neat uniforms spray scent onto little paper strips. Your aunt collects 3 of them, smelling each one carefully. She doesn't buy anything, but the samples will make her handkerchief smell expensive for weeks. The clothing section has mannequins dressed in complete outfits. Dress, belt, bag, shoes. Your aunt studies them like paintings in a museum. Look how they put colors together, she tells you. This is style. She buys one thing, a silk scarf with geometric patterns in orange and brown. Very 70s, very Coin. For Italians who left from the Veneto region, who settled in Canada or Australia or South America, Coin represents regional pride. It was our store. The Venetian answer to Milanese sophistication. When you met other Venetians abroad, you'd talk about Coin like you'd talk about Piazza San Marco. With ownership, with love. That scarf your aunt bought, you inherited it when she passed. You wear it sometimes, and the silk still holds that specific memory. The smell of department store perfume, the pride in her voice. To the cities of Italy. The most poetic name for a department store ever conceived. It's 1965, and this Roman institution has stood in the heart of the capital for decades. Your family visits Rome once, maybe twice in your childhood. Tourist pilgrimage, the Colosseum, the Vatican, and Alle Città d'Italia, because your mother has heard about it. It occupies a beautiful building near Piazza Colonna. You walk in and immediately feel the history, high ceilings, chandeliers, display cases made of wood and glass that look like they belong in a museum. This isn't a store, this is an experience. Each floor is dedicated to a different aspect of Italian life. Linens from Como, ceramics from Deruta, leather goods from Florence. It's a department store that teaches you about Italy, region by region. Your mother buys a linen tablecloth, white with hand embroidery. She uses it only for Christmas dinner, only for the most important meals. She calls it il tovagliolo di Roma, the Roman tablecloth, even though it's from Como. For the Diaspora, Alle Città d'Italia represents the Italy of dreams, the romantic Italy, the cultured Italy, the Italy that Americans and Argentinians imagined from across the ocean. When you left Italy, you carried an image of beauty and craftsmanship and history living together. Alle Città d'Italia was that image made real, made buyable, made touchable. It closed in the 1990s, and with it went that particular vision of Italian retail. Stores became chains, brands became international, but once there was a store named for all the cities of Italy, and inside it you could touch the soul of each one. Magazzini Generali, the general store. Every mid-sized Italian city had one. Bergamo, Brescia, Parma, Modena. It's 1973, and your city's Magazzini Generali occupies the best building in the center. 3 stories of practical elegance, not trying to be Milan, just trying to serve the city well. The ground floor is always the busiest. Haberdashery, buttons in wooden drawers organized by size and color, ribbons on large spools, lace by the meter. Women stand at the counter describing exactly what they need, and the saleswoman, who has worked there for 20 years, knows exactly which drawer to open. She cuts the ribbon with large scissors that hang from her belt on a chain. She wraps it in brown paper, ties it with string from a ball that hangs from the ceiling. This is shopping as ritual, shopping as craft. The upper floors have clothing, household goods, fabrics. Your mother brings you here before school starts each September. New school smock, new indoor shoes, a pencil case with the Magazzini Generali label inside. Everything purchased here carries a subtle pride. You didn't shop at the market. You didn't buy from the ambulante. You shopped at Magazzini Generali, respectable. For families who emigrated to America's Little Italies, to Toronto's Italian neighborhoods, to Melbourne's Carlton, Magazzini Generali represents the middle-class Italian dream, working hard, saving carefully, buying quality when you could afford it. When these stores closed, replaced by chain stores with corporate names, something shifted in Italian civic life. The Centro Storico lost its anchors. Your mother, now in Boston, still keeps that pencil case, faded blue with the store's logo barely visible. Inside, she keeps her sewing needles. These 8 department stores weren't just places to shop. They were cathedrals of Italian aspiration. They were where families went to participate in prosperity, however modest. Where mothers went to buy the things that would last, that would be passed down, that would carry a family through time. For those who left, their memories wrapped in tissue paper, the smell of new fabric, the sound of wrapping, the feeling of something new and good and earned in your hands. For those who stayed, they're reminders of an Italy that believed in permanence, in quality, in the ritual of choosing well. These stores are gone now, replaced by chains with English names, by online shopping, by fast fashion, but they live in us, in the way we still fold towels, in the way we still check stitching before we buy, in the way we still say buona qualità and nod, the way our grandmothers did. The Italy we remember lives in these moments. What do you remember most? Which store did your family love? Share in the comments. Subscribe to remember more together. Ciao, and keep the memories alive.